Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Dr. Spotfire monthly session. I'm Jose Leviaguirre here from the data science teams at TIPCO, and today I'm going to present advanced styling with HTML in Spotfire. So what I'm going to do is go through an existing dashboard, and then we're going to start applying some things to enhance that existing dashboard with widgeting, landing pages, masthead, buttons, and other tricks. So I'm very excited to show you how that works. And just as a reminder about our motto is that learning is not driven by answers, but by questions. This means that keep the answers, the questions coming so I can answer them as we go. And if not, this session is recorded, so you can always ask them later on. We are streaming live in LinkedIn, YouTube, and other channels. So if for some reason LinkedIn doesn't show good quality, I encourage you to go to YouTube. So this session is going to be recorded, so you can always watch it later. So don't forget to subscribe, ask questions or suggestions for the next Dr. Spotfire session. And we did have some suggestions on this specific topic this session, and we're going to go over them as we go. So with that, let's get started. So I have here my Spotfire, and what I'm going to do is open an existing dashboard from the samples. In this case, I'm going to open the analyzing stock performance. That should look like this if you have that file already. So, okay, so this is the dashboard is analyzing stock. It has 4 pages. We have this one, which will be maybe the main one, where I have a text area here with a bunch of controls and options that will drive these visualizations and so forth. Another text area here at the top where I can switch from different options here to view the historical net income or EPS, and then a button here to export to PDF. Just right out of the bat, I have some ideas on how can I enhance this dashboard. So the other one is, this one is just a map with a couple of buttons, so you can see the revenue by country, and I can go directly to Europe. This is applying bookmarks, so I can go straight. So I also have some ideas on how to enhance this dashboard, but it really looks good the way it is. This one has just a filter. It's a great way to visualize further and start drilling about the drilling down by sector. So I have this tree map, and if I want to go, for example, to the finance, then I can zoom in, and you know how the tree map works. If I want to drill down even more, I can click on this label, and then I can see by size the sector of the stock. Then I don't have much to maybe put a masthead at the bottom, at the top, to see how we can enhance this further. And lastly, we have a k-mean clustering that will also have a text area here on the left that I have also some ideas to make this better. And sometimes as we go, I'm going to be explaining why I'm making changes to this existing dashboard. But one of the very first thing I would like to do is create landing page. A landing page. So I'm going to create a new page, put it at the very beginning, rename it as landing page. And this is going to be to have a text area, so I can put my landing page. I have here a shortcut for my text area. And another thing I want to do is also change the style. I like to go more to the lighting mode. So I'm going to edit my custom theme, and for now I'm going to use the light colors. Just everything stays the same. It's just going to change with some light colors, and these will why legacy? Because the legacy will allow me to have these bars, but at the end of the presentation I'm going to remove everything so it looks more like a web page type of things without those borders. For now I like to have them visible so I can adjust as we go, and later we can just go to custom colors, and I'm going to show you how to remove these borders to make it more because sometimes you want to increase the real estate of your visualizations. Oh, you cannot see the full screen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. Let's see. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Let me just go over. I'm going to close the dashboard. And thank you for your feedback. I'm by myself right now, so I'm going to start over, and I'm going to make sure that I am showing the right screen here. So let's see. Share screen. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. If this helps, I can make it just bigger. Okay, thank you everyone. All right, let's start from the beginning. We have these. It looks good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to be here in this mode. Hopefully you can see better. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's go. Let's start with analyzing stop performance, and let's take a look at this dashboard, this existing dashboard that we have. We all of us should have this. And I was saying that one of the first thing I want to do, well, I went over all these tabs to explain how it works. I have some ideas very quickly here. I have a text area here on the left with some controls. I want to increase the real estate further. I just have some ideas right now, and I have some components available at the typical community where you can have panels that will show from one place to another. So I can put all these controls here, and with a click on a button, it can show. So those are some of the ideas I am thinking about. This masthead can also be probably enhanced, and this export button can also. I have some ideas that I'm really excited to share. Then I have this other one, revenue by country, bookmarks. If I want to go to Asia, it's going to apply that bookmark and show you that. This page looks fine as it is, but I'm going to do some changes as well on this. This one is it's a trimmer, so you can drill down the market size by industry, technology, finance, and I can just drill down. There is no text area here, but I'm planning to put something, although I don't like much the idea because then it will remove this nice whole visualization that takes the most out of the page. And then I have this gaming clustering. Again, is very similar to this one, revenue by country, where I have a text area on the left. And but I'm going to do something different. Although I like to have everything consistent, I'm going to do something different on this specific page. So let's start with the landing page. Landing page is important to enhance. It's one of the very first things to have a landing page to explain what this dashboard is all about, and it's also useful so you can know what of these tabs are talking about. Have a little bit more explanation. It can also serve as a self-documentation. So let's go ahead and start the landing page. And I also want to change it to a light theme. So I'm going to edit my custom theme and put in light colors right now. That will not change the font or anything that I change on my visualizations, but it's going to make it just look lighter. I'm just using the legacy because that way I can see all these borders that are in some of the pages like this. But at the end, I just want to remove everything. to make it look just more like a web page type of thing. So let's go back to the landing page, and this is a pretty cool trick to start doing your landing pages. So what I do here is create a text area. Oh, sorry, text area is this one. And then I'm going to, you don't have to know HTML in order to create stunning landing pages. And one of the tricks is to just edit something in Excel. In this case, I'm using Google Sheets. And the Google Sheets is right here. So I created this landing page where I can just copy paste. I can change the color, the formatting. I can do anything here, and then I can just copy the entire thing, copy it, go back to my page, edit the text area in text area mode. Otherwise, it won't work if I do HTML. So text area, and then you save it. And that's how it looks. And now I can start adding these controls. So this one, I already explained each of the pages here with a little bit of explanation. But sometimes you have a lot of pages that are related to one specific topic. Maybe you want to drill down to a specific, then you can have some other links here, or that way you can organize your pages a little bit better. So here I'm just going to, as a proof of concept, just add a link. So I can do a link here to the stock. I want to make it a link, and then save it, and there you go. I'm going to check for comments. So far, the text area is off the screen. Oh, I don't know what's going on with the let me try again. Sharing my sorry, let me just try again so you can see when I switch back and forth. Isn't it? I think it's looking at the Google Sheets right here, no? Oh, no. Let me change the... Oh, yeah. When I change the window, it doesn't change. Wait. Okay, something is going on. Let me share this. I'm sharing the screen, and the window is entire screen. Oh, okay, entire screen. Oh, okay, now we. Perfect. I was doing it all wrong. Okay, now you can see back and forth. I can change the analysis. Where is it? My Spotfire. Let me move this out of the way. Oh, now you can see everything. And okay, this is Spotfire. I was confused with the Google Sheets, which is this one. This is the Google Sheets. Okay, so that's the Google Sheets. I can change, then just select everything, the portion that I want to do. Right click, copy, and then go back to my Spotfire and edit the text area, select everything, paste. But you have to save it as a text area. Okay, no more comments. Thank you for your feedback. And okay, let's keep going. I don't want to lose more time on these technical issues, but let's keep going. So that's how you can create very easily without having to know HTML. Just by then you can replace these. You can replace these with Spotfire controls. In this case, some links, for example. Let's create one more here. Link, and that's going to go to the stock performance, and that's it. So now I have that link that can go to that page. So I have that landing page. Let me show you also something that I did for, if you want to go a little bit more fancy, you can also have these landing page templates. And I have landing page templates. There's a typical community article here where I show how to, so far I have 2 templates. This is one of them, but this will make it one of the disadvantage of copying and pasting is that you're basically stick with the text area mode without having to go directly to the HTML, because everything is, it adds a lot of code. Let me show you. If I go to the HTML, then I can see a lot of just a lot of code that was generated by copying the page. So it's kind of hard to manage if you are more into the HTML stuff. So let's go now to the cleaner HTML way of doing things. So that's right here. So I have one template. I'm going to just do this very quickly. This template is simple, and then I just copy, edit my HTML. I'm going to select everything and replace that with that, and that's how it looks. Of course, I'm going to lose my links, but I have one question. Let me show that for a second. So you have to try and just try, but it basically works the same with Excel. Excel adds even more stuff into your text area. So I've done both, and I like Google Sheet, but it's just a matter of preferences. Okay, so continuing on with this one, this is just very clean. And now I just want to add some additional icons and stuff like that. And for that, I have two options. If you have HTML sanitation off, then you can add directly the style right here. But it will also kind of keep the HTML a little bit more crowded. So I like just to inject the HTML or the style tag through JavaScript. And for that, if I go back to my page where I have the JavaScript, this if you have the HTML sanitation off, you just copy the entire part that is here. But if not, then you can inject, and you can see here that I am adding all this HTML. And the way I do it is have this back quote to wrap everything, and so I don't have to escape any double quotes or anything like that. It's like a template string format, and then I just add that to my CSS element that I have as a placeholder, and I inject that. So I like to keep that things simple. It's kind of compatible as well. So when I create that, I can just paste the code here, and I'm just going to put the reference of the script here and put it right here, the description, and call it the landing page CSS. And that will give some icons. And then I can also, well, I'm going to save this, and then I can also add a background. So I'm going to use background for this image. So browse for background, and that will make it look a little bit better. Let's try this one. It's a little bit light. And that will serve as a background. Here we go. So that's much better. And then I can just add the links, so I can go back and forth to the different pages. But I have another template that I really like. And that's it's going to make it look very nice. So let's go to the second template, and it looks like this. So let's copy. And how I did it, I basically found some templates out in the internet, and then I kind of polish it, and that's it. But all that work is there for you for free, and you don't have to spend more time on that, other than just changing the titles and everything. So let's go ahead and replace this. I'm going to also replace the script. So let's go to the script, the JavaScript right here for that. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it. And then save it, replace the string, the JavaScript, and then the magic just happens. So what's doing here is that now I have clickable cards, a description, and then I can just click anywhere and it will go to the page. But I have to now I have to put those links there. So in order to do that, I edit the HTML, and then I just gonna give you one example. This talk, this one, for example, I'm going to add this, and then I have to replace that with a link, with a Spotfire link. So this placeholder, this anchor, I have to replace it with a Spotfire link. Let's do that. Make sure it's a link. Put the title of that, and then go to that stock, and that will be one. And now the JavaScript is making this to be clickable. Otherwise, if I don't have it, then I will have to just go to the dashboard. So that's kind of the concept of a landing page. Or now another quick thing that you can do in order to don't have to create menus, all of the tabs in order to go or skip to a different page. In case you have a lot of pages here and you want to organize your content, and then you just right click here and make the page navigation off, then you can have a little home button here on every page. I would like to have a floating home button on every page. So when I click here, it goes back to my landing page, and that will be a good way to just go back and forth and see what's going on. So for that, I'm going to add that another component that I have here. Let me show you how it looks. I have some questions before I jump into that next topic. Okay. So do you add links to the same you did for the text entry when working with HTML, or do you have to code the links within the HTML itself? The links are already out of the box, so it's just a placeholder. So again, I can go to the edit HTML and go to these different links. Let me go to that again. So this was replaced, and you can see it right here. That goes to that page. Then I'm going to go to the revenue by country. Let me replace that, select everything here, and then add the link. Make sure it's a link that goes to that specific revenue by country. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And there you go. Okay, perfect. So let me remove that. Okay. Now let's, sorry if this is not big enough, but that's, this is the placeholders are right here. And then you just replace them with the Spotfire controls like I did right here. Okay. So let's go to place a little home button on all other pages. So what I'm going to do is create a new page. Maybe I'm going to call it config. And that is going to, I'm going to run some JavaScript so I can test my home button. And for that, I already have something also in the community that I think is very useful, very cool. Let me show you. This is the JavaScript icon menu for Spotfire. So what this does is with minimal amount of coding in HTML, you can add these buttons. So it's going to float on the top left, and then you can have different options here, and that will save a lot of real estate, and you can easily navigate from one page to another. But you can also have just the home button icon in the page, and the JavaScript is, well, you have to have this JavaScript. I'm going to copy it now just to have it handy. Changes a little bit, and let me go over that real quick. So this is example. This is like the very hello world example of this, where I only have one link that will be replaced with Spotfire control that goes to the home page, and that way I can go back and forth if I have that on every page. And then I just have my font awesome declaration here. I have to have these icons and then comma separated because I only have one item, and I just put the font awesome there. This works on the web player. Yes, this works on the web player. So just to answer your question, Yangam, that works on the web player as well. So I have different configurations. I can make it look like this or 100%. So I have some settings here. I'm not going to go over that, but I just want to show you what's possible. And I can also configure the size and the way it looks, the positioning. Maybe I want to center. So there's different ways to do that, to achieve that. And I can also have tweak the CSS to make it look like a inset buttons or maybe a sphere. I can make it larger. And then I can have also the if I don't want to inject any additional or change the style on the script, I can just add these settings on top of that. So let's do that. Let me go back to my Spotfire and add that script real quick. So that's going to be the icon menu. Paste, and I like to put the description of that, just point the URL of that where I got it from future reference. And right now it's not going to do anything because I need some markup. So the markup is going to be like just the bare bones of the home button, which is this one. And when I paste it and save, I should see, oh, I didn't, oh, I think I didn't put the icon menu. Something happened, I probably hit cancel instead. So let's copy the script again. Okay. And paste the script, click OK. And that should have that home button. Maybe I want to change the style. $50 pixels, or maybe 20 pixels. There you go. And that will make it bigger. Now I want to have that on every page. So for that, I have another script that will help me replicate that across all the pages, but I'm not going to do that because of we don't have much time. I want to show you some other stuff, but I'm going to do this as we go. So I'm going to just copy this manually and put it in each of the screens as we go. So let's go to the stock screening and see how we can enhance these. So one of the very first thing I want to do is have that icon that shows. So I want to have that icon to that home icon to have that when I house over, I want to have the option to open the this panel from a drawer, so I can have all these visualizations on full screen. That I can save this space. So this basically is going to be hidden. And then another option on the button that will allow me to export the PDF. So for that, I am going to edit this part, because what I'm going to do is wrap all these controls with a drawer that I'm going to show you how it works. So first, I'm going to do the menu icon right here. So I have these settings. Then I have export to PDF and the home page. And we said that the font size is going to be maybe 25 pixels. And I need the, I'm going to save this. Okay. And then I'm going to add this JavaScript icon menu. And this is how it looks. There is some, I want to have this only in one row. So I am going to change this one. And that way, that way it will display like that. Okay, and I can also increase the distance between that with the script, but that's how it works. Now, the next thing I want to do is replace this with the actual thing. So for example, the export button, I already have that export configure one, make it a link, and then export to PDF. That will be the tooltip, export to PDF. And let's have the settings at the end, and the last icon is going to be the home page. So I can also that just really quick landing page icon, and then that's it. So let's see how that works. Perfect. Now the PDF, if I click, it should show me a dialog where I can export the PDF or download the PDF of whatever this visualization, and then I can just remove this one altogether. Now let's wrap this. Let's use the drawer component. I have the drawer component right here. Let me see. This is the drawer. The next topic. Any questions so far? Yes, I am going to share all those links after the session. Okay, perfect. This is a drawer. Also very simple. All I have to do is copy this JavaScript and then wrap my content of whatever I want to have there with a div with call my drawer. So let's do that. And then I have another button here to this will be the trigger to open or close that drawer that's going to slide from the right of the screen. Let's go and copy the script. And let's go to the, let's call it my drawer. And then I'm just wrapping all those controls that I want there. I don't have to do anything else. Just wrap the controls with my drawer, save it, nothing is gonna happen. But then I just going to add my drawer right here, and then paste the code, and of course have the link, the reference of that, and let's see how that works. So click OK, and that should hide everything. So how do I make this appear again? I need a trigger. So the trigger is this one right here. Let me show you the okay. So the trigger according to the page is the trigger has to be toggle drawer. So let's copy that just to see how that works. And I'm going to place it right outside my drawer, because otherwise I won't be going to be able to see it. Now this one can open and close. I see there's some typos here, and that's probably with the drawer. Let me just fix that real quick. It's kind of annoying. I think is or maybe not. Icon menu. Is it my icon menu? Let's see. Yeah, this one right here. Okay. So it shouldn't be here. Okay. All right. So now I have that, but I want that drawer to be driven by these icon settings. So all I have to do is ID as the trigger. I can remove this and as a trigger of my settings. So I don't have to change this to replace anything. It's just a placeholder that is called settings, and that should open and close the drawer. And let's see how that looks. Wait. Something went wrong. Toggle. Let me undo. Okay, that works. Let me just refresh the page in case I'm going back and forth. Oh, maybe when I did some changes on the, yeah, this one works. Okay, well, I will worry about these things later. So let's do that again. So the toggle drawer is going to be my trigger to open close the drawer, and it's going to be right here. So that's another thing to keep in mind as you do small changes on the code, save and test. And then I'm going to delete that, save it, and that should completely remove everything from here. And then I can just open and close the drawer from here. Perfect. Okay, and now I can just shrink this and edit the HTML, export to PDF. I don't care about this export to PDF. I can just delete it. And that's it for this one. Okay, now it looks pretty good. Go home. I can go to the next one. I have to put a link to go to the next one, but for now I'm just going to click no, this one, revenue by country. So here I would like to have a home button, and then maybe the options to see all these different options with the same type of menu, just to have it keep it consistent. So let's do that. It should be real quick. So I have my links there already, so I'm going to just paste that there, and I have my placeholder. Let's see how that looks, if it looks okay. So I have one icon per item, and then I go to the I just add the JavaScript right here. Is the icon menu, and see how that looks. Perfect. So that's the idea, to see different ways. Now the next thing is to replace each of these links with a bookmark. So what I can do is just change this to a link, and then I just change this to a link, and then cut, and that was for world, and that will work for the world itself. So let's test that, and I think you get the idea. That goes to world. Let me change the bookmark, and then just go to world again, and that. So you will do that for all of these, and then you can just remove these other buttons, and then that way it's going to look a little bit cleaner, and I can have that there. It doesn't matter where I put the text area. Let me show you, and I'm going to move that here on the left, and then shrink it, and just it's a matter of preference what you want to do next. So let's move to the next one. No questions. How did you get the filter panel to appear on the right? Okay, that filter panel can you add floating text underneath the buttons? Can you add floating text underneath the buttons? So floating text underneath the buttons is just a tooltip. This is taking the name of the Spotfire control. Like, for example, this one, world, is taking the name of the Spotfire control. So again, this one is the tooltip is going to become that. So that's how it works. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And this one is, I'm going to have a fixed header here. I'm going to just, because that was one of the requests for how do I have a fixed header, and then I'm going to go over that real quickly. So for that, I'm going to use a masthead I already have in the community. Let's go to the masthead. Yep, this one. I'm going to use this one just for illustration purposes, and then I'm going to have it that fixed. Oh, no, not this one. This one, the masthead slim. Okay. So I have other Masthead. This is one version of it. It's fairly simple. So I'm just going to copy the HTML, add a text area on the top, and then edit the HTML, paste it, save, and then I need a little bit of JavaScript just for the styles, and that's right here. And basically, it's just injecting the HTML to the thing, but there's a little bit more going on. So I'm going to call it Masthead simple, and copy the resource, pastes. Okay. So that is going to have that. And now I don't care about the logo, so I'm just going to remove the logo, no logo here. And that's good. So another thing that you want to also do is when you resize your Spotfire, or maybe you have a smaller screen, or maybe you set up your screen to have this type of scroll bar. When you resize, this text area might shrink, and you want to fix. So for that, see, I want to always have that regardless of the size of the screen. I want to have that same position. See how it changes? So I want to have that position locked. So for that, you go to you go to lock visualization area, and then I can lock this part. I want to lock top of the page, and that's it. But that won't have my masthead is not going to make it fixed, because I scroll. Again, if I have long page format and I want to have this always visible, there's another script for that. That's the fix header, and I'm going to show you how that works. And that's right here. All those links, as we go, let's see what we have in the comments. Okay, we don't have much time to go over it again, but you are welcome to watch it later, how I did it to make it appear to the right of the screen, that floating panel. And then font awesome icon set needed to be saved on the Spotfire server, or are they being accessed from some other external domain? They are getting from an external domain in that example, but you can also copy and paste the font awesome, and there's a link for that also, how to embed or have it available offline, those font awesome icons. You don't have to have HTML sanitation in order to have font awesome, as long as you use the script to inject that font awesome library. So that's convenient. Okay, so the script header is going to look like this. See how this masthead always stays on top? This is without the script, and now when I add the script, it's going to keep it stick to the top. But I need a little script here. So just to demonstrate what I'm doing here on this one, I'm just adding that script to my masthead. So it's taking the masthead as a reference when I do fixed header, and then click that. And now with that script, the header is fixed. And that's kind of convenient sometimes. So that's the whole idea for that. What else? I'm going to do this. Let's do k-mean clustering, the next one. And this one, it's I could do the same just to make it consistent as we did with this one, the stock revenue. where I have this button to slide on the left or the right. Maybe I can do it again since that was one request, and I think we have enough time to do it. But then I also want to show you another panel. That's another request that I got where I can use Sidebar and be able to scroll, because one of the things that was missing from the sidebar is to be able to scroll if I have many options here. Sometimes one of the workarounds is to have an accordion, but sometimes you want to scroll with a scroll bar. So I'm going to do that later. So just going to do it real quick, the slider to appear to the left. So the slider, I already have the code for that, but I'm going to show you where I got it from, and that's called the drawer. So the drawer, all I have to do is wrap my contents in my drawer right here. So this is my HTML. I'm going to call it my drawer, and then close that tab, that tag, and there we go. Let me zoom in. I just forgot to. So that's what I do. I just wrap all my content with that my drawer at the beginning and at the end, and then I need a script for that. So I'm going to add the script, the drawer, and that makes it just disappear. But if I want to open and close, then I need another div called toggle drawer, and that's basically the the concept, and then that will show open close the drawer. I can also close it from here, but that's how I just put all the controls on a drawer that you can do. But now I want to have this. I'm going to keep it like this because I want to use this also as a floating panel on the sidebar, but on the left. So let's do that. And for that, I'm going to the community for this other popular sidebar. Let's go to this Popup sidebar, or let me fix my. Okay, so that one is right here. Let's see. And then let's see. That's the one that I need. So I have an example that because this pop-up sidebar has a lot of controls and things. Maybe I don't want any of that. I just want the panel to open close like this when I click, and that's all I need. So remove everything, and for that I added a section where you can just have these with a sidebar option. So the way to add the sidebar is just by adding some styling. You have to have a height of a specific, so in this case is 80% of the viewport height, which is going to be about that amount of a space that is going to contain the controls. And then I'm going to have my drawer here. I'm going to remove that JavaScript that opens and closes the drawer, and I'm going to replace with this JavaScript. So let's go ahead and do that. This is the minimum I need for my sidebar. So let's go back to my Spotfire, and then this is and then here the Spotfire controls are going to be residing there. So I don't need this anymore. I can keep my drawer, or just keep the entire controls right here. I think it doesn't hurt if I just have everything wrap again, and I'm going to place them here. And that's the minimum I need. Of course, nothing is going to happen right now because there's no script. My drawer, well, my drawer is because I still have my drawer thing, but I'm going to remove that script. And now I have that back to where it was. But now I'm going to add that script to make it look, that's the JavaScript that I need for the drawer. Again, is to add styling, to have the HTML sanitation in order to make that work, or in order to the icons to also work. So that's going to be the drawer. It's not drawer, it's the sidebar pop-up. Then save it. And that's going to convert this into a sidebar like this. And maybe I need a little bit of padding on the left of my so it's a good thing that I did my drawer. So for that drawer, I'm going to style it as okay, style it as padding also 20 pixels. Let's see if that works. No, it's not working. Oh yeah, it is working. There we go. And now, well, it doesn't work very well. That's because of the nature of the colors that I'm using here. I said it's white, but if I do some other color, it's going to change to a different color. But I can also change any of these controls by changing the formatting and changing to black, so I can make sure that these values are visible at all times. I can do that for all of them and change it to black. So, okay, I think we're done with that. And just for sake, the last one is the button to reset the filters. Make it black. Okay, that looks good. And perfect. Are there any other questions? We have time for questions. Oh, one more thing before now I want to wrap up everything. One of the things I like is to remove all these borders that we see in the page, so it can look better. So for that, I change my canvas styling. And one of the very first thing I want to do, I'm going to use now the light colors, and I'm going to remove the space between visualizations to 0, and also the padding between in visualization in general. That's going to remove all the borders to also 0, and that's it. So, oh, and then just remove all these title bars, and whenever I see bar, then I can just hide those title bars. But that's it. So let's go to the questions. Can I have a drop down in the floater button? Which floater button? In a drop down menu in these ones? Like a drop down menu? No, this is just for icons. And then, but you can perform, for example, you can apply bookmarks, or you can apply run a data function, or you name it. You can have different, and then also you can have you can place it on. Let me show you a proof of concept that I was doing right here. This is regarding the landing page on the first. I can also customize the look and feel of each of these cards, and I can put as many cards as I want. Is responsive, so that's what I like that one in particular. So if I decrease the font size, then the screen size, then you see how it wraps around. But I also have that icon menu in line of the text, and then I can go directly for the Asia by applying a bookmark. So this is going to go to the bookmark, and this is the final product. Now I can easily go back to the landing page, go to another page, and then again, here is the floating panel. Go back to the home page, and that's just easy to navigate. How can I make a search bar if I have a big list of data? Okay, there is, let me show you real quick. I will still have some minutes left. So let me show you that. And if I go to the community and search for, the only problem with this one, but let's get into it. Autocomplete. See if it finds it. Yeah, so this one is only available for the web player. I haven't tested how many elements can hold this, but this is how it works. So you can search, and it's pretty smart the way it searches, because it doesn't. It can search any type of text. It's going to find the text within. So I am having behind the scenes. I am using calculated value to unique concatenate the values of my column that is called holders. And that's going to do all the JavaScript behind the scenes to have this autocomplete search bar here. And this is just a standard HTML5, but it's ported into Spotfire, and all you have to do is you have to create a calculated column. Here are the steps, but there's 4 easy steps where you have to have a calculated column with this format. Then this is the column that you want to replace, and that the column that your calculated column is going to call options. And then I have in the HTML area, you have to have this markup, and this is a calculated value that will bring the unique concatenation of the options. That's going to be create those options for you. And finally, well, this is the calculated value, and then you're going to hide it from the Spotfire controls with all those values, and then just add the JavaScript, and that's how it works. Okay, can the pop-up sidebar resize vertical based on the size of the window? Yes, it automatically resizes. It automatically resizes on the depending on the screen. So let's go ahead and show you. That was this one, and let's go to the pop-up sidebar. This one. So if I resize it this way, so that's how it shows. And remember the scroll bar. Let me real quick add the scroll bar here. I think I forgot to add the scroll bar on this one. So this is the well, it's I think I mentioned it, but I just didn't put it on the oh yeah, pop-ups. Yeah, I think it's I use it's right here. So almost done with 1 minute left. Let me show you that as a request. And he was the pop-up. Yeah, pop-up sidebar. It's right here for the scrolling, but it does auto resize right here. This is what we want styling. So let's go here and edit the HTML. And the style is right here. think I have to put it right here, but let's try my drawer. And there we have the scroll bar. And that's it. Well, thank you very much for your time and your patience on this session. And I hope you see you on the next month. Send me your questions, suggestions, and have a great rest of the week.